Welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live on this January 29th of 2024 with Aaron Glandon. I'm Dan Ramey. Thank you so much for watching and welcome to the show today.
Hello, everyone.
Trust you had a decent weekend.
I did.
That's good to hear.
I had a good time.
Very good. I can't remember my weekend. We were so busy with basketball and video production and everything afterwards. I just, it's a blur. Mm-hmm. But we'll review some of that so that those of you that might not have lived through it, you'll have a chance to relive it right here on Litter Media Live. First, we're going to start off with a look at our forecast before we start getting into news and sports and all that jazz. So here's what the weather is shaping up for us today. Cloudy most of the week, in fact. Monday high of 42. Rain does return with a possibility on Tuesday, 43. And our nighttime lows will be around freezing. But the good thing is there's none of this 0 degree stuff. No single-digit stuff. No below zero.
Thank goodness.
Happy about that. But, man, I forgot to put the rain gauge back after the freeze, and I know we had to have 1.5 inches or 2 inches of rain over the weekend because it was like it was prior to that, a week or 10 days ago. We had that stretch of a lot of moisture, and so, yeah, I don't think we have to worry about being drought-stricken at this moment. But I'm grateful we don't have a lot of snow either. Mm-hmm. I know that doesn't help the people who like to ski or like to sled or that sort of thing, but hey, you can't have it all, right? All right, coming up in a moment, we'll get you caught up to date with what's happening with news. We'll also take a look at the other information we have, like this date in history and sports. And we'll announce where you'll find the Litter Media radio crew tomorrow night. That's all just ahead. But first, let's tell you about our friends at Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. They've been doing this for nearly 5 decades now, making sure that you're comfortable in your home. If you've got an issue with your heating, your cooling, or your plumbing, give these folks a call. Click on the ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. It takes you right to AccurateHVAC.com, the website for your trusted comfort advisor. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. News is next.
Budweiser beer, the king is second to
Who drinks Budweiser? You know the type. The people who grind. Those who don't back down. And the ones who don't quit. They say all people are 6 degrees of separation away from each other. But some are just a 6-pack away. The people who share the same spirit, share the same beer. This Bud's for you.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
As we prepare for the news stories for today, we've got topical information that you'll find on our website, littermedia.com. That's where you'll find not only the stories, but also high school sports scores, our link to Litter Media Radio, and a whole lot more. And, of course, you can follow details on our social media here on Facebook, as well as Litter Media X, formerly Twitter, and our YouTube channel. If you subscribe to it, it's absolutely free. And as Mike always says, if it's free, it's me. He's right there.
Classic Mike.
You bet. We're going to start with the Pump House Center for the Arts. They have their Arts February show, which is the best of Ross County. It opens Thursday night from 6:30 until 8:30 p.m. The show is open to Ross County High School students and is judged with ribbons and prize money awarded to the winners as well. The Best of Ross County is sponsored by the James Bryant Butt Bean Foundation and runs through the month of February. So stop on down in Yoctangi Park and check out the Pump House Center for the Arts. You want to see what they have going on right now, but they'll also have everything set up to go for February 1st. And it runs right through the end of February.
Circleville Noon Rotary Club is hosting a euchre tournament February 8th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Roadhouse 56 for anyone age 18 or older. Proceeds from the tournament go towards scholarships for Pickaway County youth. The public is welcome and encouraged to play. First place wins $150, second place wins $100, third place $50. To enter, visit eventbrite.com and search Rotary Euchre Tournament. Are you a euchre player?
I have played in the past. I haven't played for a long time, but that used to be the thing that was done on holidays. The family got together, we sat around the table, and you had to be careful if you were Uncle Junior's partner, because he would always try to underhand things, and if you weren't picking up on his signs, it was going to be a rough afternoon.
I think I've learned how to play euchre.
Oh,
Like,
just don't know how to talk about it.
I've learned how to play it probably 4 times in my life.
Is that right?
And I forget every time it comes up. It's too complicated.
Yeah. Well, you just have to follow along, and you have to learn as you go, and hold on to those jacks and aces and kings.
It was never my family's game. We played a version of it, I think, called bid. Very simple, and we like that.
Some people like the simplicity of things.
Yeah.
You bet. Then you've got euchre, which is chance and a little bit of strategy. So, and you're putting yourself out there sometimes too. It's my understanding that's $25 per person to get involved. They are not accepting teams, from what I understand.
Individual play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So they'll pair you up with people. So you don't have teams like Dan and Uncle Junior coming in and running the show.
Yeah.
But it's a great fundraiser for the Circleville Noontime Rotary Club. The Ohio State's fish hatcheries will host open houses this spring. The closest in our area is over by my house. April 13th at Kincaid Hatchery, which is just west of Latham down in Pike County. The first is March 23rd. That'll take place at St. Mary's over in western Ohio. April 6th in Hebron and also Senecaville. And April 13th there at Kincaid in Pike County and up at Castalia in northern Ohio. And May 4th in London.
London, Ohio.
How do I know about Castalia? My roommate from Buckeye Boys State was from Castalia.
There you go.
Yeah. So we learned a little bit today.
Yeah. The veterinary assisting program at Pickaway Ross Career Technology Center has an upcoming vaccine clinic on Monday, February 5th from 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Schedule your appointment now by emailing vet-assisting@prctcstudents.org or scanning the QR code that's right here on this page.
And I think I got to rethink this through, but I think I saw that last night, and I thought, let's copy that information and put it into the Facebook post we have here on Facebook to make it easier for people to find. So stroll through our news feed, and you'll be able to find certain links to some of the things that we're talking about today. All right, that's a look at what's making news. Coming up, we'll talk sports, and as we promoted all last week, we were getting ready for Tays Valley and Circleville girls to play. That was postponed due to an accident involving some of the kids involved with Circleville basketball team. One in particular is Addison Edgington. Interacted with her mother over the weekend, and we'll have an update on her condition and what she's facing, the road ahead coming your way in sports. But first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Whatever project you've got going on at your business or at your residence, give Scioto Valley Dumpsters a call. They can provide the dumpster for you. When you're done filling it up, they'll haul it all away. It's that simple. 740-253-8389 is the number to call for Carl at Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Sports is next.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our Kingston National Bank mobility app today.
At Rathkamp Financial, we provide wealth management services that may ease clients' fears of financial loss and help them retire comfortably. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, oh, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
There's something about high school sports that pulls people together, and we like the positivity of and the camaraderie that you have with sports. But then you have tragedies that happen, and it shows the true colors of a community. And I think we saw that over this past weekend. Addison Edgington, of course, as you've no doubt seen this image over the weekend, she was hurt in a car accident, sustained some serious injuries. Those injuries, according to her mother, sharing with us on Litter Media, she's broken a couple of vertebrae in her back, also broken jaw, and some facial fractures that need to be fixed. Those are being fixed today, from what we understand. She's also being fitted for the back brace to help her. She is currently in Children's Hospital in Columbus at Nationwide Children's, and the outpouring of concern for this young lady has been incredible. So much so that Taze Valley has encouraged students and staff to wear red and black to show support for the Tiger Star. And you just don't see that from rivals.
No.
But the outpouring of comments on social media over the weekend, there you see from Taze Valley Volleyball. Also, Johanna Strasser, who was here from Logan Elm Schools earlier, talking about their new schools. She has some information there that her hospital room is H02B25. And if you want to send her cards, that sort of thing. Jonathan Davis, of course, the superintendent of Pickaway Ross, he's also been very involved with Circleville schools over the years. Many prayers going out for Addison. So as for the game with Taze Valley, that all, and there was a lot of people involved to have that ceremony for their championship teams. They were going to recognize that night. It's such a big night, they decided to postpone it. The difficulty is, let's get Addison healthy, get her back, because she's got softball season ahead, volleyball, all that. But right now you just want her to get healthy so she can walk again, and have a normal life. So it's going to be a rough several weeks and months and rehabilitation down the road. But as I was mentioning with her mother back and forth, the competitive spirit that this kid has is going to help pull her through. But also the rallying that goes on. If you go to our website, littermedia.com, you'll see the Venmo area where you can make contributions to help them to defray some of the health costs for her care. So they've got a long road ahead of them. Circleville Athletic Boosters is leading that in Venmo. They say also the checks can be made payable to the Circleville Boosters Club and or right to her mother as well. So again, thank you. My native Pickaway County pulling together. But not only that, teams that they have played, a kid that has drawn a lot of attention. You know, she was third in this polling for an athlete in Ohio, and that was just this past weekend. And then I was sharing with my kids in my teen class at Sunday school yesterday. Here she scored 31 points last week, and now she's in a hospital bed. So you just never know how quickly things can happen. But thank you for the prayers from the family. Thank you for the prayers. And they ask for your continued support there. All right, in other information to share with you today, you'll find a series of post-game interviews and features from our games over the weekend. We were in Jackson Friday as Miami Trace remained undefeated in the FAC, and Saturday with the postponement of the game between Circleville and Tays Valley, we switched our gears and went out to Adena, where Unioto held off a hard-charging Adena Warriors team to remain atop the SVC. Saturday's scores for you. You can find those on our website, littermedia.com. There you see a lot of the boys' basketball action on your left and the girls' basketball action on the right, and some nip and tuck, some overtimes, and everything else all taking place over the weekend. So you want to follow all of that information at littermedia.com. Tomorrow night, our Litter Media radio team will be heading out to Unioto. It's the SVC girls basketball for first place, conference unbeaten. Unioto will host once beaten Adena Lady Warriors. So approximate airtime around 7:15 tomorrow. When you show up and you walk in, you say, wait a second, why is Vinton County playing? It's because Adena, their JV team, has been playing like half games. So they'll be playing Vinton County in a JV game, but they will jump into Unioto and Adena right afterwards. Tom and Mike will be there for all of that. Ohio State women picked up another win yesterday. They were trailing Purdue for a bit, but come away victorious, 71-68, and I think that's 7 straight wins now for the Ohio State women. An update on some of our Chillicothe area kids who are playing college basketball. Brandon Knoll at Wright State had a double-double yesterday, 20 points and 11 rebounds in Wright State's 83-76 win over IUPUI. That's Indiana University, Purdue University, Indiana. And the Raiders will host Youngstown State. The Penguins come to the, where are they, Kettering? Is that where they are? Not Kettering. Where is it? The Nutter Center, where Wright State is.
There we go.
But the Penguins are coming to Western Central Ohio. The game will be on ESPNU, so you get a chance to see Brandon Knoll in action. But it's a late-night game. It'll be 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. Knoll's averaging 14.1 points and 7.8 rebounds per game. Cavalier Javon Mothmer, our Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week last week. He scored 23 points in Cedarville's win over Hillsdale College Saturday. Cedarville is leading the Great Midwest Athletic Conference at 9-1. Waverly's Trey Robertson poured in 15 points in Rio Grande's loss to Indiana East Saturday. The Red Storm, they're having a tough season. They're 10-11 right now. Chillicothe's Trey Beard averaging 10 points a game for Shawnee State. The 14-6 Bears travel to Rio Grande this Saturday. That'll be a 3 o'clock start. High school wrestling, Tays Valley finished third out of the 15 teams of the Watkins Memorial Invitational Saturday. Lancaster placed 7th of the 31 teams, New Lexington. Hillsboro, 10th at 18 teams at the Bell Fountain event. Bloom Carroll won the Gahanna-Lincoln Alumni Classic, and Circleville won the Mike Garvin Classic up in Utica. Girls wrestling, Washington Courthouse was 4th and Waverly 5th at the Lady Dragons pool tournament that was held down at West Union. And Jackson tied for 10th, and Adena tied for 20th of the 38 teams at New Lexington yesterday. In the poll on Saturday, Tays Valley finishes first. They are champs of the Mid-State League. And, of course, here are your team photos, but we also have for you the scores and results here. You'll see that Tays Valley finished first. You got those for us there?
Yeah, it's right there.
On the boys' side, Tays Valley ahead of Logan Elm, the Wellington School, Lancaster Fairfield Union, and you can see all of them right there. Those of you listening on Litter Media Radio, Tays Valley wins on the girls' side, followed by the Wellington School, Lancaster Fairfield Union, and Logan Elm was 4th, and Bloom Carroll 5th. So the FAC meet is coming up this week at McLean. I believe it is Wednesday and Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Girls will swim first. The boys will swim second. And down at Piketon, we have this image from Tyler Gullion on Twitter. A great day for their 12th annual Piketon Powerlifting Meet. Look at all those kids, 370 lifters, all on the basketball floor at Piketon High School over the weekend. NFL, the conference championships. Kansas City goes to Baltimore and wins.
Ugh.
Detroit should have won, but San Francisco comes back, and that means you've got Kansas City and San Francisco, and that means Taylor Swift will be at the Super Bowl. That's going to be amazing. She'll be there and not be performing.
Well, I saw that she has like a concert in or somewhere in the other side of the country, or Tokyo or somewhere, the day before the Super Bowl. And then a couple days after the Super Bowl, she has another one in Australia. So I don't know if she'll be there or not.
She's got to be there.
She does have that private jet.
Kelsey can't play without without Taylor up in the booth. I just don't see him being able to do that. And how could she miss out on the Super Bowl?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, you can watch it worldwide. It's shown to, 160 countries worldwide.
Yeah.
So, Super Bowl is at the 11th, I think it is the date, February 11th. And are they playing in Las Vegas?
I don't remember.
I don't recall. Was it on that image we had there?
I don't think it was. I think it said the time.
Yeah, just the time. Okay.
Yep.
So it's being played somewhere at an NFL site indoors, probably.
I was hoping for a Ravens-Lions Super Bowl, so I'm not happy.
Yeah, that would have been cool because you look at the history amongst those franchises and you see that obviously people that have been around here for a long time know that the Detroit Lions used to be the Portsmouth Spartans, and people that have been around since the 1990s know that the Baltimore Ravens used to be the Cleveland Browns. And if you go further back before the Super Bowl, it was the Browns and the Lions doing battle most often for the NFL championships.
Right.
So, yeah. Not a good side for the Browns, however, because the Lions, I think, had won something like 8 straight NFL championships over the Browns, or a game leading to that championship. So, all right. That's a look at sports for you. We had a lot of it today. Coming up in just a moment, this date in history, and we'll visit them next. For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it. Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit dixiechopper.com.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand. Just
it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
I really like that new logo they have. Looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're going to see a lot more signage as the World Heritage inscription is now here, and we're going to see a lot more welcoming visitors here to our part of the country. In fact, they may not even speak English when they get here.
Maybe not.
They might be Dutch. They might be Brazilian. Who knows? Whatever.
I have a friend from Brazil.
Do you?
Yeah, maybe he'll come up here.
That would be cool. We had one of my Sunday school students had a friend who was the Brazilian exchange student to Western here several years ago, and sat and chatted with her during the graduation party. Sat, and it was kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking back, when I was doing radio, I had an interview with people from, I don't know if it was Rosetta Stone or whoever it was. They were teaching you different languages, and they sent me a lesson to learn how to speak Portuguese. And I thought, why would I ever need to have Portuguese? Well, here I am sitting at a table with a girl from Brazil, And what's their native language?
Portuguese.
Portuguese. I could have had a conversation with her.
But you didn't.
But I did not, other than her broken English, which means I could get away with saying anything. And albeit in Pike County, Appalachian, Ohio, you can really have conversations. All right, this date in history takes us back to 1936 in the Litter Media Wayback Machine. U.S. Baseball Hall of Fame, a place where I've never been, electing the first members in Cooperstown, New York. Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, Christy Mathewson, and the great Walter Johnson. A private organization based in Cooperstown called the Clark Foundation thought that establishing the Baseball Hall of Fame in their city would help reinvigorate the area's depression-ravaged economy by attracting tourists. To help sell the idea, the foundation advanced the idea that U.S. Civil War hero Abner Doubleday invented baseball in Cooperstown. But that wasn't true.
Not true at all.
But since they already told the story and they got it going, they ended up putting it right there at Cooperstown in New York. And that's incredible.
You're saying all these names, I'm getting flashbacks to history of baseball, my freshman year of college, taught by none other than Mark Smith, who's Mike Smith's brother.
Yeah, brother of Mike Smith. What was that class like?
It was really fun. It was a fun class. Yeah.
We were talking off the air just a moment ago about the movie 8 Men Out, and you watched it a lot during that semester.
Yeah, because I had to write a paper about the 1919 World Series at one point.
White Sox and the Reds. Red stockings at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was the Black Sox scandal.
Precisely.
Because their socks were tainted by cheating.
Correct. The movie had a lot of stars in it. The John Cusack, was he the one who played Shoeless Joe?
I want to say that's right.
Sound right?
Sounds right.
Because he gave kind of a convincing performance that, hey, I didn't throw this. You're lumping me into this. I didn't throw it. Sure, I might have taken some money, but,
right.
you know, and that's a difficult thing because you had a lot of peer pressure and the whole deal. Of course, we're straying off the topic of the founding and the reason they put the Baseball Hall of Fame there at Cooperstown. What was the insight they gave that Mark gave for you, young, as Rush Limbaugh used to say, young, impressionable minds of mush?
What the insight was that baseball is America's pastime, and it still is, and it always will be.
Yeah.
No matter how the popularity fluctuates, it's so ingrained into our history.
Baseball is America.
Yeah, exactly.
Despite how it's spread over to some of the Latin American countries and Tokyo and places of that sort.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the way baseball has been affected by history, like the Depression, and they changed the balls to make it more exciting so people could have something to look forward to.
Yeah. And then in the 1990s, they did it again.
Yeah.
Because chicks dig the long ball. Remember? That was the old, well.
I don't remember.
You don't remember.
Alive.
This is before you were alive. Yeah, that race between watching Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, and Barry Bonds was just incredible. I remember at the time, WBEX was a CBS radio affiliate, and we were carrying a lot of the baseball games, the playoff games, from Westwood One radio network. And while that was airing, it was back and forth. And they would swap over to Chicago, and that's where Sosa just knocked another home run. And then they went to Mark McGwire, who was close to breaking the record. And it was just a fantastic, exciting time to listen to baseball on radio. It really was. And, of course, for the people who were watching those games on TV, it was like they just couldn't believe this. Every time the bat would swing, flash bulbs would go off all over. Some of that from smartphones, you know. But, yeah, pretty incredible. And you missed it all.
I missed it all.
Because you weren't even thought of yet.
Shame.
How old am I now? Good golly. All right. Coming up tomorrow, we'll have another edition of this program, but we'll also have a special edition for you coming up tomorrow, too. We'll have members of the Zane Trace FFA here to talk about their pancake sausage breakfast, which is coming up Friday. And these kids will have true hands-on experience to talk about. Have you seen any of our interviews with them before?
I don't think so.
These kids make the sausage. I mean...
You think they'll bring us some?
No, not tomorrow, because they haven't made it yet. Right now, there's probably sides of hog that have been selected, and over the next couple of days, they will butcher it up, do what they need to. They'll grind all that meat together, and they will create the sausage links that you will eat on Friday morning.
Very exciting.
It is exciting. And these kids are learning how to do that. This is a tradition that's gone on for years, and it really changes up when you think about how we have enjoyed food over the years. Your mentality of it. If you weren't raised on a farm, you don't know some of this stuff.
I was not raised on a farm.
So you might learn something tomorrow.
Maybe I will.
All right. So the future farmers of America will be here. We've got more things planned for later this week. And if you missed the conversation that I had earlier this morning, it'll be up on our YouTube channel a little bit later on. But we had Dr. Sheila Gray and Cheryl Beverly here from Cheryl's House of Hope. And the guy on the phone, Scott McNeil.
There you go.
Gus Macker is coming back to Chillicothe. So we'll have that available for you. If you've not seen the interview, you can go back here on our video page, on our Facebook page to learn more. Any final words?
Listen to us on Litter Media Radio, because that interview is on there already.
There you go. So see, it's ready to rock and roll. It is noontime. Thank you so much for watching. Those of you that are live, it's noontime. It's lunchtime. That's what that means for us.
I'm very hungry.
So it's time to slide out of the studio, but we'll be back with another edition of Litter Media Live. Thanks for watching.